What's up, everybody? This is Steve Sterlacci, and today we are looking at all of the essential things that you need as a gigging musician, also known as what's in my gig bag. So here we have my tried and true, trusty Reunion Blues RBX 2E double electric gig bag. This thing has been around the world with me, and I can honestly say it's been on every single gig that I've ever played in the last 7 to 8 years, possibly even longer. I did a horrendous demo of this. It was like the first video on my channel. It's so poorly done, but I did a demo of this exact same gig bag when I first got it because I was so excited. I was looking for something that can carry two guitars that I trust with guitars like the ones that you see. This was before anything. I had never been on like any like international tours or anything like that. I was kind of just a young green child that was having fun with some gear and doing a couple of smaller tours. So this bag has stuck with me since the very beginning. I literally can't even think of a gig that this wouldn't have been at because it's got two electrics, and it's usually what I take, one for me and one for my backup, or one for me and one for Jessica Lynn, either way. What's prompting this video is Reunion Blues sent me their new updated RBX 2E, and I'm really excited about this because I've had this for 5 years and I've had a very good relationship with them since then. And it's almost like I get to retire a gig bag because it's been so reliable and so tried and true. And they came out with this updated version. They're like, hey, it's time to take old Yeller out back and, you know, do what you got to do. So this will always be my favorite gig bag, and I'm really excited to see what the new one is like. So let's unbox this very excitingly right now. Okay, now that that's over with, wow, looks almost exactly the same. So a lot of it is similar. Oh, wow. The interior is really where things have changed. The interior of this, look at this. That's a nice quilted chevron. This, oh man, I want to live in this. That is so much nicer than the old one. They got this nice blue luster interior. All right, so I'm excited to go through all the essentials in my old gig bag and transfer them into this new one. Let's get it. All right, so first off, let's talk about my two main guitars. This is obviously the fun part, right? This is my iconic guitars, vintage modern. This is probably my #1 road guitar. This is the guitar that if we're going overseas or if we're going somewhere that I don't want to check, you know, a Gibson or something, or I don't want to risk anything, this is my go-to. It sounds great, it plays great, it's never once given me a problem. So this is definitely my #1 road guitar. Next is my favorite guitar of all time, probably, my Les Paul Custom Limited Edition. This is a super rare and like very, very exotic Les Paul that not a lot of people know anything about. There's a full video of this guitar on my channel if you want to check that out. It's a really interesting story, really interesting guitar, and obviously it's the best looking Les Paul you've ever seen. And if you don't think so, then you're lying. That's all there is to it. Now let's take a look at this inside front pocket here. So this will be kind of the stuff that everybody needs. You know, this is stuff that I take to every gig and that's always with me as either a backup or anything like that. So first off, readily and easily accessible is a capo, because you never know when you might need a capo. I typically don't, but you never know. And I have this cool, I think this used to be like one of those tobacco leaf tins or a rolling paper tin. And I use this to keep my extra picks in. One of my buddies, John Boji, gave me this, and I always have that on me with my extra picks. Really big bare essentials here. These Music Nomad toolkits. I've got two different sets of these. One is screwdrivers and Allen wrenches, or one is basically all screwdrivers. And I'll have links to all this stuff in the description below if you're interested in checking any of this out. This Music Nomad kit is a lifesaver when you're on the road and you're touring and you don't have a tech. When I also double as our tech when we're on the road. We also have this wrench kit. This has all your Allen wrenches and any truss rod tools that you may need. This is a really, really useful kit. It's a really useful kit, pending that you can get it back in the freaking box. So yes, these two toolkits are absolutely essential for any touring musician. On top of that, I have my peg winder clipper, the 3-in-1 guy that does the peg winding and the clipping all in one. If you pop a string, absolute necessity. a box of gas X. How did that get in there? That's a little embarrassing. I also have an entire backup HX stomp rig. I use primarily my Helix Live, so having this Line 6 HX stomp be so small that I could fit it into the pouch of a gig bag is enormous. Pun intended, I guess. It's an enormous help having this as a full backup rig inside of my gig bag. There's also a Velcro loop here that you put your cable in, so I have an extra cable in there. I usually keep my cables with my Helix, but I'll always have a backup here just in case I'm in a grab and go situation. This is another cool one. This is the tin that comes with the Diodario strings. I always kept this, and I just throw all my extra strings in here. I have my strings in here. I have Jessica Lynn's acoustic strings in here. So I have all different varying strings for everybody in our band pretty much, since I do the string changing usually for me and Jess. Then we have a clip-on tuner, TC Electronics tuner. I tune because I care, and you should too. And at the bottom, we have business cards. You never know when you might have a decent show and somebody might want to hire you for something, so having business cards is always a plus. So that's pretty much it. Again, this is the Reunion Blues RBX 2E, and if you guys have any questions, comments, and anything, you can check out reunionblues.com, and any questions, comments for me about the bag or about what I do, you can leave comments at the bottom, and be sure to subscribe. All right, so that does it for this episode of What's in My Gig Bag. I'm going to now put all of this stuff in the new version, and if you have any questions about any of this stuff or any other suggestions for other gigging musicians to put in their gig bag, leave them in the comments below, and we can get a nice little community chat going about it. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.